Hi, Michael. First of all, nice to see you here in Brussels on the experience. I know that for you it was like a big, long flight. Let's talk today about your experience with Odoo, about implementation, the project for your company. And probably first, could you introduce yourself and your company? What are you doing?
Sure. G'day. Yeah, nice to be here. My name's Mikhail Scuderi. I'm the managing director for Chemical House. We're a small batch manufacturer based on the Gold Coast in Australia. Yeah, we've been using Odoo now since 2016, and yeah, having a great time.
Yeah, so you are like not the first year and had a lot of experience with Odoo. Can you tell me what solutions are you using before switching to Odoo?
So Chemical House has been in existence since 1971. I acquired it early 2016. At the time, it had a prehistoric ERP system, something like out of the Matrix, black screen, green text. Couldn't use a mouse, had to use all keyboard entry, something that was just impossible for new staff to understand or learn. I knew very quickly that I had to upgrade to something more modern. So yeah, we started the search and we ended up settling on Odoo, and we've been on board ever since.
But what was the key reason why did you want to switch to Odoo?
Usability was the main criteria for the manufacturing and for the accounting side. But then once we started using Odoo, it became part of almost every element of our business. So aside from payroll, our entire business runs on the back of Odoo.
So you started using Odoo like almost 9 years ago. What was the first version?
So we trialed version 7 and then we went live with version 8. Yeah.
Okay. And now you're using?
We just migrated to version 18.
Okay. So what can you tell? I mean, how you see Odoo is developing as a system, if you can compare the first version and what you have right now?
It's hard to even remember what it was like back then. It's only what we have now, but I just know that even today we still keep finding features that we didn't even know existed. Only last week we started using the visitor management system for signing people in and out instead of a hard copy visitor book at the entrance to our facility. So yeah, there's always new things like that we're finding all the time.
Yep. And with Odoo 19, I believe it will be even more.
I can't wait for payroll. Like the payroll's the one thing we can't do in the system, and we're quite excited that they finally have a Australian localization for it.
Okay. Can you walk us through this switch? I mean, if we remember, how was it 9 years ago?
The switch itself was quite easy. The old system, exporting all the files and importing them, it wasn't a big transition. The real pain came at the first migration and the support. So we did the initial sign-on with an Australian company, and it was quite painless and fairly low cost. But then when we started to do the first migration, it really started to blow out, and we started seeing lots of support related invoices, and they were more interested in billing than they were in finding the solution, and that's when we ended up with VentorTech. So we've been with you ever since.
Let's talk about probably workflows and applications you're using like mostly.
Well, I mean, we are a manufacturer, so we use the manufacturing module, that's the lifeblood of our system. But orders, quotes, the website, we have multi-company, so we have multiple companies set up. Accounting, we're using, there's pretty much not a module we're not touching, I don't think.
And yeah, let's then return to the moment we started working together. What role VentorTech played in in this implementation procedure?
Well, I mean, we'd already implemented at the time, but having somebody to support us, I guess that was something we didn't understand at the start, of how critical it was to have the right partner. We were so focused on the software. I think the real key to critical criteria for success is not just picking the right software, but it's picking the right partner. At the time, we picked the right software, but we didn't have the right partner. And then once we switched to you guys, it's been so, I wouldn't say effortless, but much smoother sailing. Whenever we have something go down, or we want to add a module, or we want to add a customization. It's been quite easy to interact. We would have been dealing with a partner in a different city, even if they'd been Australian. So dealing with you guys in Poland is, it's no different to dealing with somebody that's in another suburb. Like, it's been quite painless, and always been very affordable, or good value for money. Like, I got no problem with spending money. I just hate wasting it. So
Okay, yeah, good said. And there is typically a lot of customers prefer to work with local partners. We have around 9 hours difference between our countries, and is it a problem?
it hasn't been, no. When we've had major upgrades or pushing migrations through, you guys have always staffed to be available during the time when it was going through on our side. So that's the critical path, is having you available when we need you. But then most of the other times, like for development, it doesn't really matter. As long as we've got that constant communication flow, it works no matter where you are in the world.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you know that we work globally, and we can have +9 hours, -9 hours. So yeah, we try to be always in touch and to provide our services and quality. Can you tell like top reasons, maybe top 3, why it's better to implement Odoo with partner than doing it yourself?
I think the initial implementation, it's easy to do to a point, but then if it's not done correctly, it's a lot of work to correct it. So having the right partner help you set it up the right way is pretty critical. Yeah, I'm probably more tech savvy than a lot of other people that would be in a similar situation. So we were blessed in that sense that I understood a lot of the criteria we were trying to meet. But still, I believe we had more luck than anything else. We picked the right way to set it up. So we run an on-premise version through a private Amazon server, which works really well for us. But yeah, I think having somebody guide you through the total life costs and the total life support required, like, that's something that is important to do early on.
Okay. Let's talk about like results and benefits from Odoo. It's like also, it's always a tough part when you start working with new system. So what about your employees? How they adopted to Odoo?
So when they've come in externally, they're always terrified because it's a new system, and it doesn't have a huge presence in Australia. So people are more familiar with the big box brands. But then once they start using it, they realize how user-friendly it is. There's very little training. We can show them a few YouTube clips and they can pick it up quite intuitively, quite quickly. That's honestly a major benefit for us, because when we're onboarding new staff, having to spend huge amounts of time training is so critical. The system is quite user-friendly and intuitive. And the guys that have been with me since I've took the business over, like, they will say how much easier life is compared to the old systems. We had WordPress for the website, we had the ERP, we had a manufacturing module, we had probably 10-15 different software packages, all of which were installed on servers and or unique machines. Now everything's cloud-based. If my laptop died, I could throw it in the bin and boot up a new computer and be back online in 10 minutes. Like, that reliability is critical for us. So.
Yep, and from like newer and newer versions of Odoo, I think that this onboarding is even like easier, because of a lot of things were added in Odoo and documentation and etc. So now I think it's even faster.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what changes have you noticed since moving to Odoo?
Well, I can't say I spent a lot of time with the previous system, but I just know that we run our entire business now. We have Microsoft Office 365, we have Odoo, and we have a payroll package. That's the entire software suite. And once the version 19 goes live, we won't even have the payroll package. So, whereas I know other people that operate would have 5, 10, 15 different software packages, all doing very specific applications. It's just so easy to have it all rolled up in one. We have no servers on site. We have very basic IT infrastructure. We don't need an IT support team. Like it's just we're a business of 25 employees. Not needing to have all that support infrastructure saves us a lot. We can run very lean, and we are very lean. I think without Odoo, we would probably have maybe 10% higher headcount. So it keeps our costs down.
And if we can select only one improvement that really made a difference?
The whole being able to create a product in the back end and instantly turn it on the website. We've got, in any given year, we make 1,500 different recipes. We've got something like 20,000 SKUs and 15,000 recipes, and we're only 25 people. Like, there's a huge burden if you've got to have all of those different elements in all of those different databases. There's a full-time job right there just keeping everything updated, whereas we can have one database that everything sits on top of, which is awesome.
Great. And let's talk about future, because we discussed and you shared some great news. What's your plans, and how Odoo can help you?
Well, we're always growing. We've had a consistent growth rate above 20% for the last 5 years. We've got plans to expand into different sites, and it will be a very simple process for us to add users, add warehouses. Like we're already starting to use some of those multi-warehouse features, but we see it being a no-brainer to basically just turn on new sites with the same package.
What advice can you give to companies, probably from your industry, who have doubts or who are thinking about using Odoo as a ERP system?
Be open-minded. Like, there's no one software package that will solve every unique problem, but when you start looking at what it can do, there's not very many scenarios that there isn't a simple workaround for, or it's very easy to get it customized. It's very easy to get lost in the weeds because you're obsessed about one feature, but the general gross benefit of using the package far outweighs that one feature that you can then get something custom written for.
Okay. And last, if you had to describe your entire adventure with Odoo in one sentence, what it could be?
Just ease of use.
Okay, yep, that's really how it was. Okay, thanks for sharing this news with us. As we are working together for a long time, I believe we will continue our collaboration, and the more ahead.
Perfect. It's been a great relationship. I think you guys were 5 or 6 people in the office, and what are you now, like 85 people?
Yeah, we're 85, and we focused only on Odoo. So we do our best to just focus on this technology and to give this product and quality to our clients.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, and see you.
Thanks for your time.